Hey, welcome to the channel. My name is Eric, and I thought today we would do the elephant in the room. It's a Cub Cadet rear tine tiller, and the customer said it hasn't run in a few years, and when it did run, it didn't run right. It was surging a lot and stuff. So, what have we done so far to it? Well, it didn't have much gas in it, so I put some of the PRI-G and some more gas in it. I have tried starting it with carb cleaner, and it did start up and then quit. Well, what does that tell us so far, right? Well, stay tuned and we'll tell you what you need for tools. Alright, so welcome back. My name is Eric, and we do videos a weekday, Monday through Friday. It's available on podcast for your listening pleasure. We also do personal development, and we do educational of how-to. So today, we're going to try tackling this job to see what exactly is going on. So what tools and equipment do I need to get started? Alright. Probably the most important tool that you got, if you haven't got it, get one. Compression tester. You can get them at Harbor Freight, get them online, Amazon, eBay. Don't be afraid of spending a little bit of money to get quality, But if we don't have compression, we don't have anything. It's just anything you do after that point, if you start with a carburetor or overhead valves, or you're just wasting your time if you don't have compression. And the problem is, this day and age, a lot of these engines aren't worth rebuilding. They're just throwaway. And I could throw a $100 and some Predator engine on this and have a brand new engine with a warranty. And you can get a warranty through Harbor Freight. You just pay the extra insurance fee, right? And a lot of them do. Alright, so the next is spark tester. We want to make sure that we're getting spark coming up from the coil. And it works, and the flywheel has a magnet on it, right? And the coil has two feelers on it. And as that flywheel spins, it's producing a fire when that magnet comes in contact with that coil. It goes through the regulator, and the regulator helps with the charging system as well, but we want a good, bright spark out of it. All right. You don't need this, but your handy dandy spark plug removal tools. I think this is 13/16 plug in it. I will know in a minute. I've got both of my 1/4-inch drive metric and SAEs, and then I've got some carburetor cleaner. So where do we go from here? All right, let's first start with the compression. If we don't have compression, again, it's not worth any effort we put into it. Just check, make sure it's not. There we go. No, 13/16. There. What are we looking for when it comes to compression? We try to operate on 90 or above. It's better if you're over 100. But it will run at 90. Anything less than that, no. And you want to take a good look at the plug. I don't know if you guys can see that, but how much carbon is built up on that, where it's not getting a clean burn. You know, your spark plug will tell you a lot of stuff that's going on, whether it's wet or whether it's charcoal, carbon buildup. Could be bad gas, you know. Could be a carburetor over fueling. Alright, so we're going to set this at 0. And that's just by pushing this little relief button. Alright, so let's do this so that we're not being bounced around. We don't want this puppy taking off on us. Come on here. Through here. There. And there. Alright. So let me get over here. We want to do at least 4 or 5 pulls. Well, there's another thing that needs some work. And this is an easy start. So it works differently than your regular one that's 3, 4, let's do 1 more. Alright, so there's 5. It's saying we have 49 psi. 49 is not going to run. Alright. So you just give up. No. The last thing you want to do is give up. So the next thing is I'm going to check are the overhead valves. Now, these engines have a history of running on the lower PSI. And from experience, it takes 2 guys to adjust the valves on these. Let's get our magnetic tray. Now, before we go any further, if you've never done this before and you're trying to learn, I would clear a spot on a table or have a second table, and as you take this stuff out, put it the furthest away so you know where it goes. I already know where these go. I worked on a number of them, so but that's the way I learned, was taking it apart, laying out as I went, and then I knew exactly the order that they had to go back together. And the only way you get good at anything is by doing it. You got to learn how to do it. And if you're scared of screwing up, don't, the tendency of talking you out of doing that kind of work. Whereas if you look at it like I do, that if this is something that you like to do and do it for yourself, maybe you're a do-it-yourselfer or you're just trying to find a way to do it to home. For something to do on the side, or, you can make it enjoyable. It hasn't got to be a chore. Alright, so now we need a screwdriver. Something we can pry this cover off with. Just be careful because you've got aluminum for housing. Some of them pop right off, and other ones are a pain in the backside. Alright, so we want to get top dead center. Going down. Check your valves. See, that to me acts like it's a little loose. But as I was saying, it takes two guys to do these Predator engines. And that's what this is. This is a Chinese knockoff. Because I've seen where you only get 40, 50 pounds and these suckers will run. And run well. So don't throw the baby out with bath water. Alright, so we're gonna need to adjust. One should be snug and the other one loose, a little bit loose, and it's neither. And I know the question's gonna come up, with the easy starting system, does that have anything to do with the compression? Can you still do a compression test on it? And the answer is yes. The easy start system is just in the rewind itself and has nothing to do with how much compression the engine has. It makes it easier for, people that don't have muscles, to pull on it. So compression test is still a must on it. And when we're doing adjusting the valves, what I want to have is the compression tester in there when I start adjusting my valves. So every adjustment I can pull and see where it is on the compression tester. Okay, so like I was saying, I put the compression tester back in and I only adjust one at a time. And why is that? Because I want to see if something makes a difference, all right? If something changes something. Tighten her down. Okay, all I did was just a few turns on this side. So let's try it. Alright, so my compression dropped. So I want to back that out. Try it again. Alright, so I'm back up to the 49 on that one. So that's really tight. So let's just loosen this one up. Alright, so let's just try that. Okay, actually started going down again. Yeah, it's basically remaining unchanged, but that's how you do compression checks on an engine. Now tomorrow's Monday and maybe I'll do a 2-part series on this, but I know as of right now I can't get it above 50. But I've seen these Predator engines work at, like I say, low. So while I'm right here, let's do a couple other things. Put the spark plug back in. And you want to keep your workstation clean, you know, where everything is, so you know where it is. Okay, so let's put the plug back on. Like that. Alright, so take a look here. Yep, these. That. Like that. Let's take the air breather right out. And it's saying, let's see here, choke is out, it's in, We'll throttle her up a little bit. Yep, fresh gas in it. And this is what I mean. You know, if you're doing it this way first, you could spend a lot of time for nothing, right? Put the choke on. So you also want to make sure your valve cover's on before you fire it up. Like that. Didn't hurt nothing, just a little bit of oil come out. But that's what I mean, it will run. These Chinese knockoffs, for some reason, don't require the 90 or above. So I think if you tweak the carburetor a little bit, because she was running on carb cleaner to start with, but she had picking up fuel too. So hopefully you've learned something. You know, we're trained professionals. Don't try this at home kind of crap with the valve cover off because you'll make a mess. But other than that, don't be afraid to tackle these jobs and know how to do a compression test. And the only way you're going to learn is get your hands dirty, folks. See, my hands, I was clean this morning. Well, that was a nice oil bath that I got just then. But like I say, I show the real deal. I'm not cutting this out. I'm going to show you that I forgot to put the valve cover on and we got some oil. Yeah, I hit the ceiling a little bit. So on that note, you guys have a great day and we'll catch you on the next video.